Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I'm going to be doing another moon reading video here. This is going to be for the new moon eclipse in Libra, and that is taking place on October 14th or 15th, depending on where you are in the world. Majority of you, it's going to be, I believe, the 14th. So first of all, I want to thank Yasmin Boland very much for all of her moonology information. Everything comes from her moonology diary and her moonology deck. All that will be listed below for you, and all the other decks that I've used. Now, just for time purposes, because I'm still not in a place where I have Wi-Fi and uploading takes forever on mobile data, I'm shortening things by not doing the shuffling and all that while on camera. Okay, so it's all been shuffled, placed out. The first thing I want to start with is what Yasmin believes is going to be the effect that this eclipse in Libra, this new moon eclipse in Libra, is going to have on all of us. And she says that all new moon eclipses pack a really powerful punch. And if you've experienced one, you already know that, right? They're like a sliding door that we can walk through to another way of being, though. And back in the olden days, people really feared eclipses because they took everyone by surprise. No one then knew why the sky went dark. But today, we do know that they're caused by a total eclipse of the sun. Now, if you don't know much about astrology, don't worry about it. All you need to really know is that what can happen at time of an eclipse can be big, intense, and quite painful. But also it can lead you to the happiest days of your life. And that's how eclipses are a lot of the time. Eclipses are often about the nasty things that you just don't want to face. Your soul wants you to face them so you can extricate yourself and move on to something better. Now, not every eclipse is going to hit you as strongly as the previous ones did. But be open to changing your life now as we move towards the moon eclipse in the sign of Libra, which is, by the way, all about relationships. And that's interesting because of the cards that came out here. And we're going to get into that now. Just let me change something here in lighting, so I'm not casting a shadow on your cards. Can you still see them? Yes, you can still see them. Okay. So the first deck that I used is back here. This is Queen of the Moon Oracle. The first card in place here is Trust. Now this is the egg moon. That egg moon takes place in April, okay? And usually I move forward from time of the moon that I'm reading for. I was not guided to do that this time. I was guided to move from behind us because something very pertinent happened to a lot of you back on April, not exactly April 6th. That's when the full moon was, or yeah, the full moon in April was April 6th, okay? A lot of you were asked to trust and do something that you were being guided to do. Now, I know for me, I was guided to sell off everything I own, if you remember back to that time, and move out of the place I was in and move into an RV trailer on my sister's acreage, which I did. Okay, so some of you had the same thing. You were asked to trust and make a move that was definitely a big leap of faith, but it was important in your journey for your life's purpose to be on your path, okay? Now, the next card out here is Surrender, and it's a waning crescent 3. The timeline of this card is October 9th. Again, yes, that's behind us, but it's so close to us that I was guided to use that timeline. Now, the surrender is what we were asked to do previous to this eclipse. You may have been asked to surrender a way of thinking, believing, doing, being. It could be any of those. It could be surrendering a relationship. It could be, surrendering where you're living. Anything. It could just be that you were asked to start purging things and sell off more things. I mean, I'm purging again. I'm moving out of this trailer and I have no idea where I'm going yet, but I am being asked to purge, okay? Now, the next card in time is the release card, and this is October 10th, the date for this one, okay? So you were asked to surrender for the 9th. On the 10th, you were releasing something. If you did surrender, whatever you were being asked to surrender on the 9th of October, you are releasing something that needed to be released on the 10th. Now, yes, that's a few days ago, but that needed to be released, whatever that was. I'm feeling like it was an old way of thinking and believing, and it could be around relationships because this new moon eclipse is about relationships. Now, that could be platonic relationships, it could be family, it could be a romantic relationship. Maybe it's somebody that you've had your eye on for a long time, it hasn't taken place yet, and you're being asked to surrender and release it. Not because necessarily it's not going to be a relationship that takes place, but maybe because you need to let go of it so it can take place. There's resistance there possibly, right? Now, the final Queen of the Moon Oracle card we have here is Pleasure. And this one is dated October 30th, everyone. So, if you followed the guidance that you were given on your path here, if this was your path, if you trusted back in April and did what you needed to do, and on October 9th and 10th, you surrendered to something and were able to release it, you are headed for pleasure. Now, I want to point out that the Moonology cards for a new moon eclipse expect powerful change. Yes, this new moon eclipse is going to change your world like you have no idea, especially if you're doing what's being guided. Okay? Now, the new moon in Libra card says a new romantic cycle begins. So some of you, maybe you left a relationship back in April. Maybe you had to trust and walk away from a relationship. And that would be because you have another one coming in with this new moon eclipse. Now, I also wanted to find out what it was that was going to take place if we did trust, surrender, and release. What door was going to be opening for us? And I took a Divine Doors card, and the card we got, this is your door, kind of creepy looking. And maybe this is where you're at emotionally. Maybe you're feeling scared, nervous. You're walking from full-on light into the dark. And I feel that way too, everyone. You're not alone. This is a very dark feeling time for me because I have no idea where I'm going. I just know I'm being moved forward. You're probably in the same boat. Trust, okay? Trust, surrender, release. You've got pleasure coming October 30th. It's 2 weeks away. Do this. The back of the card says, Divine Guardian, do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. Okay? Trust that you are on the right path. You are doing what you need to do, and it's going to take you where you need to go. I wanted to get a tarot card to find out just exactly what was going to come forward for us. And we got the Empress. This is a brand new beginning, a new life. Some of you out there maybe have been trying to get pregnant. Guess what? You maybe are pregnant as I speak, or you're about to be pregnant. You could be pregnant with a new project, a new business, a new idea. Go with it. If it's guided, go with it, okay? Because it's going to bring pleasure. The Empress is all about pleasure. Look at this lady's face. She looks so serene and pleased with herself and her surroundings. She's got a ton of fish around her shoulders. Fish represent emotions and love, and I feel like we've got some relationship work to do, or we have been doing it, and it's bringing in pleasure of some kind. Now, I also wanted to know what we were having to surrender at October 9th. And the card I got from the Power of Surrender deck was Surrender to Wonder and Awe. Okay. And it says, open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Right? I feel like we've got some pretty fantastic stuff headed our way, everyone. All we have to do, and I say that lightly, and I know for a lot of us it's not light because, you know, it's like this. We're moving from the light and stepping into a completely black room. We have no idea what we're stepping into, but trust. Trust. We're at a point where we really, really need to trust and believe and have faith, because I feel like we're on a precipice of something huge. Now, we're talking about pleasure come October 30th. I believe it's October 29th for the full moon coming up, the end of October. No, my apologies. It's the 28th of October. So, and it's an eclipse as well. So 2 eclipses in 1 month. This is big. This is going to be extremely powerful. You have no idea what's coming and what's about to hit you, but it's going to hit you in an amazing way. You're headed for pleasure on or about October 30th. Now, it could be at the time of the full moon. It could be right after the full moon. It could be 2 weeks after the full moon. We don't know for sure because timing doesn't exist on the other side. But you know that by following this path that you've been guided on here, you are going to end up in pleasure. Something really good is coming your way. So keep moving forward, keep trusting, have faith all. I know it's not easy at times, but once you get to that place where you can trust and you can fully surrender and believe that you're going to be carried to someplace better, life is so much simpler. The stress melts away. The anxiety melts away. It's easy street from that point. Okay, that is all I have for you this time, all. Please take note that I have been putting up shorts to help you along your path as far as manifesting things that you might need. I'm really liking doing the shorts. I hope you're enjoying watching them, and I hope they're helping you because that's what it's all about. I will see you in the next moon reading in about a week or two. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.